Okay, we are live. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And let me just check that everything is working. Uh, awesome. Okay, so this new mini series, which I'm calling Your Hero Story, where I talk to coaches, online service providers, and other onlinepreneurs, people like you and me who have suffered some kind of adversity in their life, overcame it against all odds, managed to keep their business running, and how they recovered and came out of it at the other end, stronger, wiser, more resilient, and more determined than ever. So I'm Miriam Valentin. I'm a digital systems and processes strategist, and I help busy online business owners to structure and automate their business processes by offering support and guidance on the tools and technologies that will allow them to thrive in today's digital economy. I have made it my mission to inform and educate onlinepreneurs about the importance of having a business backup plan in place in case they are unable to work for a longer period of time so that their business and income can continue. And that is the purpose of this mini series show, to bring you the hero story of online business owners and how they overcame obstacles and kept their business running despite the odds. But before I introduce my very first guest today, let me know if you're watching live. Type hashtag live in the chat so we can say hi, and feel free to ask your questions. And if you're watching this on replay, type hashtag replay in the comments below the video so that we can interact with you later. And also let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to know where you're from. So my very first guest is an online business manager, coach, and mompreneur who helps and empowers women to venture into the online world as a service provider and gain digital freedom. And guys, I can attest to that because I'm one of those women. So when her son was born in 2017. She will correct me if I'm wrong, but she dedicated to. She was decided to finally pursue a life of freedom by going all in and founding her own online business. She started as a virtual assistant, providing holistic digital support for professionals in the coaching and training industry. By the way, guys, let me know if the audio is good, if you can hear me, because I should have asked before, because I'm talking and talking, and hopefully you can hear me. So let me just quickly check the comments, or open them in that case. So, right, my guest, she now specializes in online marketing and process optimization, and has managed to position herself as an expert in the field, becoming an invaluable asset and business partner to her clients. No comments up to now, but I see my audio is working, so awesome. So today she will tell her story about how a car accident put her online business protection strategies to the test, the experience and insights she gained from it, and how you can also implement these strategies in order to safeguard your company if anything should happen to you. Now, we both share a passion for systems and processes and a love for personal development and spirituality. But not only that, we also share a passion for creativity, singing, and dancing. And I'm sure she will mention more about that because she likes to embarrass me. No, just kidding. So, without further ado, guys, I'd like to welcome my dear friend and mentor, Petra Wilmering. Welcome, Petra.
Hi, so good. It's an honor to be here. I'm so like when you just introduced me, I started to laugh because makes me so happy hearing like how much influence I was already able to give, and yeah, it's nothing else but an honor to be here, and yeah, and also the reason why I'm here is probably a bit, well, special, but everything happens for a reason, and I'm happy to share my experiences with it. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much for finding the time, because I know you have a very, very busy schedule. I mean, um, I'm honored you found the time, and in fact, this all happened pretty quick. I mean, I pitched you my idea for this show like, I don't know, 5 days ago, and here we are. But we'll get to your story and the actual reason why you are here in a minute. But first, I mean, tell us where you are right now, because it's kind of hard to keep track of your whereabouts. You're always traveling in Germany, Greece, and I think you're going to Albania next. So tell us where you
Yeah,
are now.
that's still in the program. So yeah, but actually, so I'm switching countries. Like I'm in the beginning in 2017. So the year was correct. Thank you. I was considering offering more traveling to my child and my family back then. And even though I broke up with my back then partner and the father of my child, I took the decision on staying here and at least keeping the like multi-local living. Like I'm not a digital nomad, but in the end, if I'm running my business with my clients, I try to set up everything like they're doing it like a digital nomad, so that they're not like bounded or connected to any paperwork or anything that could hold them back. And yes, at the moment I'm in lovely Corfu. At the moment we're just like slightly under 30 degrees, so but it's really lovely to be here, and I think I really found my happy place to stay. So it's I took the decision on really staying here 1.5 years ago. Before it was always like going back and forth, and now my main residence is like slowly switching over here. And yeah.
Okay, for those in the audience who might not know where Corfu is, that's in Greece.
Greece.
I also have a lot of people in US or Asia. So how is it? You mentioned you have a small child. I mean, what is he, 6, 7?
Five.
And how is it to be traveling with the child and switching country? How do you do it with your business? How did you manage everything under one hat?
So one of my reasons why I do my business like this is because I want to offer this kind of lifestyle to my child, and he does no different. So for example, right now I sent him playing with his friend to the other house, because the other child doesn't understand, like, now it's showtime for mommy, there is no interruption. And even, I mean, my son knows this kind of stuff. Sometimes he comes inside waves, so it could also happen in a few, but it's like that. He simply doesn't know different. And well, what makes it different probably in my lifestyle from others is that I'm always having my list ready for traveling. So it's just like, if somebody tells me like you have to leave tomorrow, I can't. Just give me an hour and everything's packed, at least the necessary things. It's always like you're always ready. But it's also something that Greece was putting me to. Like, sometimes we lose electricity here, so you always have a plan B up. Like my tools are always charged. I always find a hotspot somewhere where I can continue my work. Um, on the other hand, I think, and this is also referring to your business, it can be quite complex, quite fast happening. Everything you need to interact very quickly, and then for me, it's good to have a place like this here where everything is like slowing down. Like the village I'm living has 300 inhabitants as citizens. Like the whole island is very small. Like we have 100,000 people here, but at the moment it's the season, it's the tourist season, so we have 3 times as much of tourists here on the island at the moment. But I didn't feel it here on the village, and it's something that's giving me a big balance. So this is something I really need in order to continue my work, being balanced out. And this is also why I have this crazy schedule or this crazy rhythm. Like I am an early bird, but yeah, waking up at 4 a.m. is not everybody's cup of tea. And but
No,
for me, it's like
definitely
I need,
not.
but it's that 1 hour, so until 5, where I need to sort out my things, and then I'm running. But this also means that around 2 o'clock, my day is done. Like my work day is done, and I'm free to play with my child. I'm free to go to the beach, and
Beautiful.
I wouldn't want to miss it anymore.
So you mentioned now Plan B. So that's basically what's going to be the main topic in the show. But before we go into that, I mentioned in the intro that we share a passion for systems and processes. So just to give our audience a little bit of background, can you share with us how this passion came to be?
Where to start? I love to, maybe that's the German part of me. I love to have a plan B on board, that I know everything will work out right. What I don't like is the struggle of finding a plan B when it's the time for it. So what I did is to pay enough attention up front, making sure that my business can run, that, for example, I have those lists for traveling, that I don't have to think about what I do. So what I do in the end is I take my brain, I write it down, and I put it on the cloud so that in case of emergency, somebody else can take over, or even I can take over. So what we do is, beside the operational management, is bringing up standard operating procedures, SOPs. So that it's like a tutorial, like a manual for the things that you do in your daily business. Like everything that you have to do more than 2 or 3 times is worth of being automated or worth of being written down in an SOP. And I can really, since my accident that happened like 3 weeks ago, I remember you were live a few months ago, and you asked like, what do you think, how long your business can run without you? And at that moment, I had just written the foundation of everything, and I felt so happy being able to write like 2 months, and I'm good. Like if anything can happen, I'm good to go. And that gives you such freedom. Like this is really freedom. In the beginning, it feels like you're tied to your computer. You have to write down everything. You feel also controlled by yourself. But believe me, after this, you feel so much more freedom. And and then when this thing happened a few weeks ago, Chimera, then there were so many things I had to organize to do. But what I didn't have to do was to worry if my business is continuing, if my bills get paid, if my clients' jobs are done on a lower level, but running. Like they're like the Pareto principle: 80% is enough.
That's awesome. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. So tell us a little
Yeah.
bit about what happened to you. What exactly were the circumstances? I mean, we
Yeah.
know you had a car accident, but how
Mhm.
did it came to
Yeah.
be?
Yeah. So actually, I mean, I just take one step back because you and me were also very spiritual connected, and we believe in those things. And my plan at the beginning of the year said, "You take a month off in August." And the funny thing is, I said this last year already about September, and then I had like an injury, also not that serious, but also it kept me away from work. And this year, well, I didn't listen to my own, the things that I set up for myself. And guess what happened on the 31st of July? I had this car accident. So actually, we had a very wonderful weekend sleeping on the beach in tents. That was really amazing. My friend and her son and my son. So the kids are 4 and 5, and my friend is similar age to me, almost 40. And I knew we went to the south of the island and had an hour to go by car. And I knew the road. I know the trickiness of it, and also the slippery situation. At one point, somehow I underestimated the hot street and my probably not so good wheels anymore. Even though I was slowing down like maximum 40 kilometers per hour, I lost control over my car. We slided once, we slided twice, and we crashed the tree by the side. So it really hit me on the left side, and I'm I'm so happy about all my investment in my personal development, about this being balanced out, because of course the kids started screaming and it was a horrible situation. But my first the first thing that came to my mind was everything is all right. Nothing happened, and that just gave me such a relief. And then, then it was time to get everybody out of the car. We were so lucky, just having slightly head bumpers. Okay, my friend had a whiplash, and I had a suspicion of concussion. But after a week of just being able to heal and not doing a lot, we were all fine again. And still, it's of course making something with you when you are in a foreign country. I extra this time brought my car from Germany, so I drove just over 40 days ago. So my health insurance covers the first 40 days out of Germany, and of course it happened on day 44. And but I drove all this way down alone, like 13 hours drive. I'm coming from the Cologne area, going down to Venice in Italy, then taking another day on the ferry. I brought my car, which I have like 10 years, all the way down, and just after a month, I had to send it to scrapping now because it's simply a complete damage. Like there's nothing you can do about the car anymore, but it's a car. So
You can't fix
yeah,
the car anymore? Oh
no, it's
no.
gone. No, it's
Yeah,
gone.
okay. Yeah, it's only material
Time to
stuff.
look for a new one. But this also brings
Oh,
new
oh, I'm sorry to hear
possibilities
that.
I can do. Yeah, but now I have the chance to learn how to buy a car here in Greece. So also nice adventure.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, yeah. So how was it with the authorities, insurance, and everything? I mean, did you being in a foreign country, and I think
yeah.
you're learning the language. You don't speak it
Mhm.
fluently yet, right? But how was it for
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, so my level of Greek is like I can go for the supermarket, I can do basic communication. I was able to explain what happened to the police. But you see, it was very interesting to see on which different levels insurances, police, and authorities are working here compared to Germany, and also the understanding. Like when you are talking to the German authorities, and they're asking you why didn't this and that happen immediately, and you're just like, we are having 4 ambulance cars on this island. We were lucky. that we had one. Like, I think because we had the kids with us, otherwise they would have just sent us by, I don't know, taxi or something. Or that, for example, the police, they came for checking the situation 3 days after the accident when my car was already gone, and they were calling me and asking me, "Where's your car?" And I was like, I had to, of course, bring it away from the road. And then the insurance asks you, why didn't the police just came immediately to write it down? And it's funny to communicate between those countries, but let's say if you ask for growth, universe will always bring you situations where you can grow. So who am I to complain? And knowing
Absolutely.
this makes it so much easier when you are in this situation. You're like, why is this all happening? And then okay, because I have to learn something from it. It's not anymore like, for me, example, like 3-4 years ago, where I thought like I would have freaked out and think like, oh, why and
me?
what shall I do now? Why me? What shall I do now? And just trusting that everything's going to be all right, and it happened for a reason. This is just an feeling where I'm really proud of, that I could recover from it so quickly. I mean, I had 2 kids on the car. I mean, everybody was fastened with a seatbelt, everything. Like, yes, there was a complete, if you see the car, I mean, if you watch my profile, there's a post on it. If you scroll a bit down, the way you can see pictures if you're curious to see how we did. But it's just a full broken Volkswagen.
I've seen.
Yeah. So yeah, but also there
Speaking
we
of
had
insurance,
yeah.
sorry. Speaking of insurance, I just saw my insurance guy. He's watching. Hi, Roland.
Oh
Just,
my!
that's funny.
Good to have you, Roland.
Yeah, I still need to contact him for my car insurance. So I haven't forgotten about you in case you're watching this. So feel free to say hi or wave or send an emoji. So yeah, you mentioned the spiritual side of everything. So I mean, this has kind of impacted you in a very special way, because you got rid of your dreads. So what's the deal with that?
Yeah, if you would have seen me just like 2 weeks earlier, my hair was really until the waist
Up to
long.
your
And
bum.
I had them like over 4.5 years. And we cut them off. It's also because I mentioned my early morning routine, where I'm always connecting with my future self. And I knew already since February that something will come around August, September, because I always saw a change happening in my life when my hair reached a certain level. And this level was reached. And I recognized this already in the beginning of July. And I was like, oh, let's see what's coming next. And still a week after the accident happened, I didn't believe it to be true. And then I did another meditation like this when I got finally back in my routine. And I was like, oh, the hair is gone. Okay. So if I really want to become the person who I'm supposed to be, I want to follow this. And it's also so funny because just before we started the interview, you asked me like, oh, you look much better. How do you feel? I don't feel any difference. I don't even feel the weight is gone. And they were really like, I still have them. So the funny thing about dreads is you can still use them as extensions. So anytime later on, I feel like having them back, I can readjust them if I like. At the moment, I just them. But they are really heavy, but I don't feel any difference about my hair. It's more like people react on me. That's the funny thing. Yeah, but that was one step out of it. Also the outer appearance change, but not just because it's a new step. It's really because I was connecting to my future self, and I didn't see myself anymore like this. And I knew, okay, it's now time. And also there, trusting that there is a reason for it, and just do it, just follow it, not questioning why.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I think you look absolutely amazing. I love it.
You.
It looks very, very refreshing on you.
Yeah.
So Petra, you mentioned before that actually, your car accident thankfully wasn't okay. The car is trash, but I mean, everybody is okay, and just bruises and scratches, and you didn't have that much downtime. But in the downtime you had, I mean, you mentioned that you didn't have to worry about clients or bills or your tasks or your to-dos. So, but how much work did you have in your business, if any? And were you worried about, I don't know, other things like clients jumping off because, oh, now she's had an accident, she's not able to do this, and I need this tomorrow or yesterday. So how was that?
Yeah, so a very good question. Thank you for that, Miriam. I am lucky that I have very patient clients, but also that I set up my business like I'm not doing those emergency tasks anymore. Yes, of course, anything in an emergency case, I'm there. But what happened in that week? Of course, I informed my clients the day after that I had an accident and that I have to slow down and take things slow at the moment. They were all very understanding, but also the main procedures that have to be done. So also, for example, I have one client where we are launching a program in 1.5 weeks now. So we were in the start mode. I had written everything down, and also some of my tasks just went over to the VA, and she was able to do this because I simply had made sure that my brain is on that paper or the digital paper, like a document. So she just had to follow the instruction. And for me, I would have used the same paper because I don't want to waste any brain capacity. So what I usually do is when even for the simple task like doing poster stuff, I always have my SOP, my standard operating procedure open and just follow it because I get interrupted quite easily. And I can't remember after 10 minutes, okay, where did I stop? Where do I have to start over again? But I can keep in mind, okay, I was at point 13. Okay, let's go back, let's jump back to 13. And that's also, yeah, that you can trust your own brain that you have produced. But why to make the same effort and the same capacity all over again if you just can do it once? And yeah, in this case with my clients, I was just able to hand over my kind of work and that they could just continue my work. And yes, I felt quite happy about it. Un second, παιδιά, δεν μπορώ, δουλεύω. Πάτε πάνω. Πάτε πάνω τώρα. Όχι μέσα εδώ, πάτε πάνω παρακαλώ. Πάνω. Ευχαριστώ.
That was Greek, huh?
Yeah, yeah. It's a neighbor's guy. He doesn't speak English, so I have to.
Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, got distracted. But that is so important what you're saying. And for anybody watching, if they're not familiar with the term SOP, it's just standard operating procedures are. You correct me if I'm wrong. Like step-by-step guide of how to do certain tasks in your business. So when is the best time to start writing SOPs? I mean, I know the answer, but I want you to say it.
So there's to see the return on investment on it. So as soon as you see it's a task that has to be done minimum 3 times, then it's already worth it. Of course, depending on what it is. I have this is also something that came as a result out of the accident now. Before I was mainly working on monthly retainer with my clients. And möchtest du was essen, Felix? You want to say hi? Hi.
Hi. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this was German.
Okay, παιδιά. Πάτε πάνω, παρακαλώ. That I'm switching more over and over to VIP day sessions where I can, because I saw how much benefit this brought to me having those SOPs in place. So I had a close look, okay, where to start. And I categorized in financial parts and administrative parts, the team management. So I built categories. and build this up. And if you follow a structure, then it's not so overwhelming, because in the beginning you say like, yeah, I have so many tasks to do. Of course I do. We all do so many things all day, right? So where to start? And if you just sit down for a while and be able to to bring up where your SOPs have to be, what you have to do minimum 3 times. Write all those tasks down, and then you can start over and think, okay, which has priority now? With which can my business survive without me? And that can be the easy task. So I would always start with having all your company information in place, and an SOP that tells people who are not part of your company where to find it and what to do with it. And then the next focus has to be on sales. So what brings in the clients? And so I would always start from this: all the company information, then everything that keeps up the sales. And then you can continue with all the tasks about your service, your program, your products, whatever you are offering. And that was how I would recommend to start thinking through, like, what do I do on a daily basis or on a monthly basis? What has to happen more than 3 times in my business? And then to continue, to write down, to set the priority. And then it also makes it much easier to outsource. I hear so many people say, like, I always find the wrong VA. I'm not able to keep my assistants or my web designer for a long time because there is no fit. It's because you are not clear about what you want and what you really need. And an SOP gives you the chance to write down how things have to happen in your business. You set the standard, and with the standard, I think your worker, you can't expect your team to read your mind. Sorry. I mean, I studied psychology, but I'm not a mind reader.
Yeah. No, it also ensures that every task is done in the same quality. And it also allows you to find out what's not working, to optimize it, and even later on automate it if the process works flawlessly. So sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. Just
no, you don't. It's sometimes it's also better because I mean, this is my passion, and of course we love to talk about our passions. So it's good when you stop me at one point. But I think this is also what my passion is: taking complex work and transferring it into a no-brainer. This is always my goal. Like having, like, if you have a complete workflow, like I wrote one time an SOP about a live show like we're having now, but also like the workflow is after it for integrating into a podcast and a YouTube live stream and all on the web page. And that thing has like 13 pages, but it was so much fun writing it because I had always on my mind, like, how easy work will be after this thing exists. And the amazing thing is that you can implement it for so many more clients and make the world simply easier. This is how I make the world a better place, to make work for people easier, and knowing on a that the business is on a good foundation. And what else could
exactly.
be?
Yeah, that's our mission to provide this service, and because there are so many wonderful coaches and other trainers and online service providers that have a mission to make this world a better place. And with our work, we support them in having and being able to focus in their zone of genius by us being in our zone of genius. Okay, so you already kind of answered my next question, like what's the first step an online business owner should take or needs to take to start building a solid foundation for their business, which is of course the SOPs, but also how they start writing or documenting their SOPs. And I mean, it doesn't even need to be written. You can also do like just screen recordings of everything you do on your computer. And as you mentioned, you can then forward those instructions to a VA, and they can just follow the instructions and do it for you, and you will have more time to, more free time to focus on what really moves the needle in your business. So
Exactly. Mm. So
cool,
all the
cool.
work, yeah, all the work that you put into your logo or your avatar description, make sure that this is in one place and that another person has the ability to jump into your brain, to deep dive, and understand what your business is about. Many people say like, she doesn't act like she's feeling my business. Yeah, but then give her the chance, or him the chance, to feel your business. And then the next step is really to go, okay, what procedures do I really need? How does the money income? And then, yeah, to make sure that this is all in one place. I also have in my contracts always written, I have two people in my team, in my trust, who are always able to take over all of my any of my tasks, and my clients always sign this in our contract. It says, of course, I'm the main provider, but I am free to outsource, always of course telling them up front, but in case of emergency that they will take over by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is a business partner, legal business partner. She's the only one who has access to my main password. So this is also part, I would say, having your passwords all in one place.
Yes.
And then one key. This is something I always set up with my clients first. And yeah, there's one person who has access to my bank accounts and to all my passwords. And yeah, this is something that has to be written down, that the another person knows. Okay, in case of emergency, there is always a backup plan. And I must say that my clients were really, there was never the discussion like, but then somebody else could read my data. It was always like, wow, she has everything in place. Like, people know that they will be supported by me, even if I'm not there for a while. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, that has become so important, and I've already mentioned, and well, if you've been, if you who are watching have been following me for a while, I have been promoting the importance of having a business backup plan in place for your business, because I mean, life happens, shit happens, and Petra, you can attest to that. I mean, a car accident, or maybe it's a surgery you have scheduled for in
Or just
about
a
3 or
heartbreak. I mean, we are all humans.
heartbreak.
Just
Yes,
kidding.
absolutely. I mean, depending on how of a gentle flower you are, I mean, a
Yeah,
heartbreak can knock you out for several
yeah.
weeks, and you are not able to or maybe a loss in your family.
Not to
You know,
focus as
you are
much. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
mentally not able to focus on your business, and then it's good if you have everything in place, and maybe if you don't have a VA yet or a freelancer, you can hire someone for a few weeks to take care of at least the bare minimum that you need to for your business to run.
Mm.
But yeah, a business backup plan. I mean, I'm actually, you've seen it. I'm promoting a boot camp, a 5-day boot camp where people can just jump in, and I show them and explain to them what needs to be in there. It's all about the SOPs as well, and who should be your person of trust and everything, because this is so important. It's like insurances, just saying hi to my insurance guy again in case he's still watching. It's like an insurance. You know you need it, but you procrastinate, and you think, okay, I'll do it later, and suddenly, bam, life happens. I mean,
Yeah.
I posted, I think it's already 2 weeks ago. A friend of mine, and a dear friend, an onlinepreneur like me, we just had a 2-hour Zoom call where I was explaining to her all about the business backup plan. 2 days after that, she had to go and have an emergency surgery. How crazy is that? You know? So
What's happening so fast? Yeah.
I'd like to invite her to the show too, but unfortunately, her English is not so good. So, but I'll be doing it in German with her for sure. But yeah, people, if you're watching, you're an onlinepreneur, service provider, online business owner, whatever you want to call it, and you have a team, or if you even are a solopreneur, then it's even more important, that you have a business backup plan in place in case something happens to you. So, but
It is.
so what I wanted to ask you, Petra, because you mentioned VIP Day, where you help your clients, structure their processes and everything. So, what are the most common problems you encounter when setting up SOPs for your clients? Where's the main problem?
Usually I find the business digitally all over the place. So step A is always bringing like a new system in the cloud, and mainly my clients are very thankful if there's somebody finally telling them where to place which folders and data. And then the other struggle I see is that they simply don't know what to do first, where really the priority should be. And this is where I help them to find out. Like I mentioned before, first it's about the brain of the owner. Ja? Die sind gegossen, Felix, bitte. Felix? Nein. And where was I? You need to see, I need
The
the
brain
SOP
of
for
the
that.
owner to
Yeah, the brain of the owner, to bring it down and then to write it down, and then anything where the cash flow comes in. Yeah, so that the cash machine is always running, that you can make sure that you have a basic product that doesn't need your direct influence, so that you are on a good level to go, and having your monthly income that has to be protected. This is the main thing, I think. And then you can talk about growth and making more money by your business, but make sure that the foundation is settled. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, absolutely. But see, that's the tricky part. And also a small, I don't know, let's say disclaimer I give when doing the bootcamp. The thing, if you're a solopreneur, and you don't have digital products, if it's your time what you sell, then it's a little bit more difficult to ensure your income, to keep it coming in. I mean, if you have digital products, like say a course or whatever, then it's a no-brainer. It's easy to just keep it running. But if you're a coach and you coach people one-on-one, then that's a little bit more difficult. But at least you can ensure that your business is still there when you get back and when you recover.
Exactly.
And
yeah. So everybody can start anywhere. And I also hear people saying, like, why should I start now writing SOPs? I'm not there yet. You are. As soon as you're 5 minutes in the online business world, you are ready to have your standard. This is your business. It should be worth it to you. Settling the standard, how you want to have things to be. This is just your responsibility. Like when we're having kids, we also want the best for them. So why wouldn't we want to have the best for our business? And it doesn't have to be like, just to spoiler you, there will always come the next SOP for the next big task you have to do. So start now when you have the small things to do, and just like a diary that you're writing down what you have done, so just in a structured way. And I would say the main SOPs that you really need to make sure that your corporate identity is safe, your financial flow, your cash flow, maybe the team, or at least the roles you have to take over, the administrative part. If you count this all together, and you spread it on a schedule of 90 days, and you know how to just protocol the things you're doing, keeping minutes of what you're doing, you might end up by extra hour, like 2 extra hours per week, maybe 3. But in 90 days, you are good to go. Then you know you are safe. And I think like for 3 months, working every week 2 hours to have a full protected business should be really worth it. And
Absolutely.
this is 90 days. And this is in the main case where I'm guiding my clients at the moment, but also where I was able to do it by myself for my own business. It took me a while, and it took me longer than 90 days because I also was
Of
procrastinating at
course,
one
because
time.
you had to figure it out, but now you've figured out, you know how to do it, and you have a framework and a system, and you can easily do it for your clients. I think that's
Yeah.
fantastic. So
Mm.
for anyone watching us right now, how can they work with you, and how can they get in touch with you if they say, Petra, this is, I need this, I need you?
Yeah. So the good thing, because of my passion for marketing, is like I always get the feedback like,
You're all
Petra,
over the
you're
place.
yeah, everywhere. Like you're even doing TikTok. Like,
Yeah,
and
I
the
love
funny thing is,
watching your TikToks. Yeah, they're so
especially the
funny.
coffee ones. Yeah, yeah. It's
Mhm.
this is also one result that I found out. Like, yes, I love Facebook and I love Instagram and also LinkedIn, but at the moment I'm don't know why, but I'm focusing on TikTok just because it's my passion, and then I think, okay, I can spread my energy most there. So but I do share all over the other channels. So where you can reach me is always on Messenger, be it Facebook. I think Facebook is the most easiest, but also the other channels. It's always Petra OBM, like you've seen it written here on my profile. And also what I'm happy to share is where I think you have to set your goals is more important, and then you will find out, okay, writing SOPs is a big goal. This is where I'm happy to share a little gift I've prepared for you, where you can just sign up and for my newsletter, and then you will receive it. It's at the moment, unfortunately, in German. But I'm happy as soon as I see that you're coming from a different country to share it also in English. So I'm happy to work in German, English, somehow in Greek if you don't expect me to write back in English in Greek. Yeah, but just grab the freebie, and then you're sure that you can hear from me every week on a weekly basis, and that you can set your goals for the next 90 days. And at the moment, I'm mainly talking on all of my channels about those VIP days I'm offering for the SOP projects, because I simply made now the life experience how important it is that you have those things in place. And I must say, I had like I think it was my first newsletter after the accident, where I just put out the idea. I didn't even have the product finished, but I just threw out like, okay, guys, I was now living it. I see how important this is. Is somebody interested? And I got directly 2 clients from that, where I set up those VIP days. Okay, yeah. Nein, ist sie nicht. And where where I directly got the feedback how important this product is to be. And it's always like, start before you're ready. Start with the end in mind, start before you're ready, and then just go for it. And so
Absolutely.
long story short.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've guys, Petra just mentioned how important it is to have SOPs, and I mean, we're basically bringing out the same message. I mean, you're promoting the importance of SOPs, and I'm niching a little bit down and specifying or promoting the importance about having a business backup plan. So again, guys, if you want to start building a solid foundation with Petra, she will help you to create your SOPs, which are very important for your business. And if you want to have set up and create your business backup plan ASAP, and then jump into my bootcamp, which is in September. It starts on the 12th, 5 days. And I will tell you in 5 days everything you need to know. I will tell you how to structure it, what you need to know, what it needs to contain, and everything. You'll find the link on my profile, on my banner. Just click it and sign up. And I think
really do
this
so.
is a wrap.
You really should do so. I saw when you promoted it. I mean, was it shortly after my accident? I'm not so sure, but I remember I saw them. I was like, whoa, this is exactly what the world needs. Like, you remember, maybe I was reaching out to you, like, how can I promote you? Like, how can I assist to bring this message out, because it's so important. And this is also one point where, I mean, in the online world, sometimes, mainly by my mentees, I get asked, like, so those people who want to learn the same job like me, they're like, yeah, but there are so many people doing the same. And, what do I do with my... with those people who are offering it? Am I better? It's not about being better. It's completely different. You have a different energy, and it's also a different setup how you do things. And this is where I really want to support you. And so guys, really join this 5 days workshop. It's so worth it. If you want to make sure you have less or fewer sleepless nights, just knowing everything's going to be all right. And I can promise you, it's an amazing feeling if you come in such an extreme situation like I was, and the first thought is everything's going to be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The peace of mind is simply priceless. So just to wrap it up, I have some, or would you like to tell us a fun fact about you, or I can ask you a fun question and see what you come up with. So shall we do that?
So okay. Yeah, let's do
that. Tell us something you would never do again.
Whoa. You don't get me easily speechless. Because there's there was one story in my life. So my first ambition of being, as my first career, I mentioned out, was to be an opera singer. And but I somehow never applied for those schools. And then there was the point where I found out it's too late. And then I found out I regret by not doing something. And this is something where I swore to myself I will never do again, is leaving a chance out and later on saying I haven't at least tried it. Yeah, so this is something I would never do again, missing out a chance of doing something.
That's awesome. I think no need for further words. I love that. Let's just end it here. I love that. Petra, thanks again so much for being here. And guys, if any of you are watching and you want to tell your story, just send me a DM, and I will love to invite you to be my guest speaker and to share your story with us and your learnings, your experience, and your insights, and how you managed to keep your business running. Or maybe you didn't manage it and you want to tell other people, to warn other people about the importance of having everything in place and sorted. So let me know, shoot me a DM, and let's chat. And thanks again, Petra, so much for being my first one.
I know already which is my favorite show at the moment. When I saw the title, like Your Hero Story, I was like, Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
amazing to
just
be part of
came
it.
up with it, I don't know, yesterday. And I thought like, yeah, we are all heroes, you know? I mean, you're a hero because you managed it so beautifully and everything went so smoothly from your business side. I mean, not to mention now the authorities and insurances and everything, because that never goes smooth. But
Mm.
everything with your business went so smoothly, and I thought, she's my hero.
Thank you so
So
much.
that's what I called it. Right, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Again, if you're watching this on replay, type hashtag replay in the comments so we can engage with you later. If you have any questions for me or Petra, write them in the comments as well so we can answer them. And stay tuned for my next guest, or for the post. I don't know who it's going to be yet or when. So it's going to be a surprise, but stay tuned. And again, thank you so much, everybody, for watching, for Petra for being here. Have a
Thank
gorgeous
you
day,
for having me.
everybody.
Mhm.
Thank you. And until next time, bye bye.
Bye.